You get the feeling there's going to see a reaction from Croatia.
Well, Perisic
topping it off with that horrendous penalty miss deep into the overly tested, but against better opposition you feel it might have been another.
Might be tested here. Croatia winning it back well. Vlasic's effort. He plays for Zenit in the Russian Premier League after that summer move from Liverpool. At Chelsea, he was their Player of the Year last season in his second year at the club. Melniak couldn't quite keep his feet. Steen. Didier Deschamps also led them to the finals in Russia via the playoffs. As France look long for. There's Griezmann again. Ben Yedder was making the run for him. Important intervention from Melniak.
Well worth a prolonged role.
He's calling for the. There's Ben Yedder, joint top scorer in Ligue 1 last season. There's 18 goals, level with Kylian. Do have options in attack here. A little overhit maybe for Rebic. Larissa decided to come. Had committed himself.
He's gone an awfully long way, doesn't he, the French goalkeeper? This pass here just overhit.
On it from Brozovic. Sissoko who got his head to it. Lovren to bring it down on to fire the opening goal. Dejan Lovren for Croatia. The centre-back opening the scoring here. Took it emphatically. France didn't really react to the corner. And Dejan Lovren has capitalised in some style.
Quite simply a fantastic piece of footwork, isn't it? And finished by Dejan Lovren. They didn't deal with the corner. Very hard.
Croatia looking to pile on the problems for France here. Perisic couldn't manage to get the better of Upamecano, but he has got enough. Taken short this time by Brozovic. And it goes into that danger area where Nzonzi was challenging for it. There's Griezmann if he can reach it, and he can. Very coolly done by Lovren. Sissoko. Run from Ferland Mendy, and a strong fullbacks continued his run, and is able to deliver first time. Had to be cut out by Longley. Also going as the challenge came in just after he'd released the ball there.
Really is such a bright.
Giroud will be hoping to get involved at some stage. Lloris had to come and get involved there. Of course, as well, helping Leipzig on their run to the semi-finals. Their Nations League campaign 2 years ago, N'Golo Kanté for an so Rebic, fine into last season at Milan. Now N'Golo Kanté. Sissoko was in space, tried to play it in.
That's a decent enough opportunity, isn't it, for France? Ponderous at times.
Rather fortunately for Martial, Griezmann in support of the goalkeeper. And Livakovic very grateful to have it back in his. Longley, he'll get it back from Griezmann, his club colleague. And Ben Yedder caught by Chiletas. Griezmann, not quite. Knew from the moment it left his boot it wasn't quite good enough.
It's a fair distance out, isn't it?
Well, only partially cleared though. Melniak. Sissoko helping out Upamecano and taking on Perisic. Lucas Hernandez. Intended ball into the path of Martial. Into space for Vlasic. Perisic should continue his run, trying to pick away through. Needed to be so precise in that part of the pitch. Long. Conte slipping it through. It will break back for Martial. Griezmann to force in the equaliser for the French, and they're back on terms before half-time. They've been below their best so far, have Bleu, but they are level. And Antoine Griezmann has his goal. He missed from the spot at the weekend. He wasn't going to miss that one.
Just as we discussed how disjointed at times the defence has been, going forward, that was an extremely slick piece of play, wasn't it? Movement off the ball.
In towards Martial, it will reach him, and he squeezes it in. Would you believe it? What a dramatic turnaround just before half-time. Two in a matter of moments for the French. And Anthony Martial on his return to the starting lineup tonight for the first time in 2.5 years. That's just his second goal for his country, and France have the lead before the break.
Well, they're told for such a long time, didn't they, the home side? And everyone's looking around questioning how and why his team's going to go in at half. Indeed, they were by far the better side. A collective head scratch.
Here's Brekalo, who stepped off the bench at half-time, trying to get involved straight away. Deflection on the shot, certainly. Vlasic claiming there was a deflection off the arm. The referee was in pretty decent position. Sissoko to Ben Yedder, France working it well. Works it well with Ben Yedder. Ferland Mendy once more. And so many back in the red and white at the expense. All right idea. But the idea had been read by Hugo Lloris, who was quick to hit. Brekalo's the furthest forward on the end of this, and still with Brekalo. Oh, and they couldn't stop him! All his own work, and he's forced his way through the French defence. And just got too much on the finish as well for Hugo Lloris. Josep Brekalo on at half-time, scores his first international goal, and we're all square again.
It's very much a victory for not giving up, isn't it? The tenacity that's shown here is really quite remarkable by Brekalo. The net tightens around football that we've seen from the visitors.
There's Perisic, or as Vlasic. He turns it in wickedly. Perisic couldn't control it. And he had Vida unmarked in the middle.
Pose a real threat.
Here comes that corner, and it's there to be attacked. Oh, he couldn't keep it out, the goalkeeper. And it's Upamecano to restore the French lead. Towering header from the centre-back, and the world champions are ahead once more. Made this time by Griezmann, and Dayot Upamecano, winning just his second cap for his country, scores for his country.
Really has turned into quite a entertaining game, hasn't it? We spoke about perhaps the relative fitness levels of the players involved, the readiness.
There go Croatia, Kovacic. His first international window of the season. Here is Camavinga now, and he's going to have a go for goal. Oh, that would have been some start to his international career. To Anthony Martial, big save, Livakovic. And unlike at the end of the first half, he was favoured by the bounce of the... Sissoko to Giroud, steps over it. Martial with a touch. Griezmann trying to find the finish. And the referee's given a penalty in the Nations League. It is Olivier Giroud. It's a beautifully taken penalty. And it is 4-2 France, which sounds familiar, just as it was in that World Cup final a couple of years ago. Giroud converting so coolly from the spot.